Vishnu Hridar Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakti Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sham Sundar Radha Kund Giri Godhani ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Swami Bhaktivinoda ki jai. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. All glories to the Assembled Lord. Thank you. Why don't you sit on the chair? You can't be. I'm asking you. You can sit down on the chair. That's all right. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Chintamani Prakara Sarma Sukalpamrityam Rakshabritesu Surabhira Vipalantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Samrama Sevamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vrikalakyabritesu Surabhira Vipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Samrama Sevamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami.
So, we are worshipping the Adi Purush, the first person. And generally in grammatical knowledge, first person means I. As here, first person means the Supreme Lord, Adi Purusha. The original person, not the first person, original person. The original person is the original in the original planet. There is the original planet. Just like here, the original planet, scientists accept the sun. Similarly, the sun is also one of the millions of many other suns. There are millions of suns. So sun, in the estimation of this universe, is the original planet. But there are innumerable universes, and in each and every universe there is a sun. So therefore there are innumerable suns and moons. That is accepted by the modern science, and it is stated in the Vedic literature also. So, sun is not the original planet, but the original planet is called Goloka Vrindavan. But the sun has similarity. Just like the sun is shining, the shining planet, and on the sun shine there are other planets. They are moving by the heat of the sunshine in their orbit. So similarly, sun is also moving. According to modern science, sun is fixed up. But according to Vedic literature, sun is also moving. In the Brahma Samhita, we understand the movements of the sun. Jatchakshuresha savita sakala grahana raja samasta suramurti rasesu teja jassagya bhramati sang bhritakala chakro govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajam. The meaning of this verse is that I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda and Jasa Agya, by whose order this sun, which is considered to be the king of all planets, sun is the king of all planets, that is a known fact. Without sun, all these planets, they cannot live. Without sunshine, their life will be extinct. Therefore, sun is described in the Brahma Samhita, Raja, samasta grahana, of all the planets. And asesa teja. Asesa teja means unlimited heat, fire. Unlimited fire. Nobody knows what is the source of this fire, but there is unlimited fire. Some 93 million some miles away from this planet, still the heat is sometimes unbearable. Just see what is the fire. And it is so many times, 1400,000 times bigger than this planet, earthly planet. So Brahma Samhita says, in spite of the sun's so many high qualification, it is moving under the order of Govinda. Jasagmaya Bhramati Sang Bhritakala Chakra. It has got its own orbit, it is moving. Kala Chakra. Kala Chakra means limited. Nobody is unlimited, just like we are also moving within the time limit, Kala Chakra. The planet, this planet is moving, other planet is moving. Similarly, the sun planet is moving. Srimad Bhagavatam, I think, if I am not mistaken, the speed of the sun is 16,000 miles per second. But it is moving. 16,000 miles per second. It is moving. So, Brahma Samhita gives us this information. Jat Chakshuresa Sabita. Sabita means the sun planet. Jat Chakshuresa. This Sabita, the sun, is considered to be the eyes, one of the eyes of the Lord. In his universal form, the sun is considered to be one of the eyes of the Lord. And the moon is also another eye. Take it figuratively or universal form of the Lord, but you cannot escape the seeing power of Govinda. He is seeing always. There are so many witnesses according to Vedic literature. So we cannot do anything hiding from the eyes of the Lord. He is seeing, he is witness. And that is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Upodrashta Anumantya. Upodrashta. Upodrashta means overseer. Overseer. Now in our childhood, not childhood, we are at that time college student, Scottish Churches College in Calcutta. So that is Christian college, Scottish churches. So we had to read Bible also. There was a Bible class from 1 to 1:30. So I remember our professor, he was a great philosopher also, Dr. W.S. Arkward. He was very nice man, very friendly. So he was explaining from Bible. I do not know that the Christian, they do not believe in karma. Is it a fact? They do not believe in karma?
They have a verse, you reap what you sow.
Huh?
They have a verse that you reap what you sow, which means whatever you do, you receive the reaction of.
So the
It's sort of-
karma is accepted. But I do not know. Dr. Arkward was arguing that if I am suffering or enjoying as the effect of my previous life, so who is the witness? His argument was like this. Just like if I have committed some criminal act in the court, there is need of witness. Then one has to prove that somebody has seen that he has done this. This is simply legal formality. Who is going to steal by keeping one witness? Nobody is going, but court wants that who has seen that he has stolen. Anyway, so Dr. Arkward's argument was, so who is the witness? I am suffering the reaction of my previous bad or evil activities, but who is the witness? But at that time we are not so intelligent, we could not answer. Later on, when we are grown up and studied Bhagavad Gita, then here in the Bhagavad Gita we saw that Upadrashta, the Lord is Upadrashta, is witness. Upadrashta, Anumanta. Anumanta means ordering. You cannot do anything without being sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of God. You have no power. Therefore you are, in all respect you are dependent. That we have got very nice experience. This hand is moving, but if the power is withdrawn, I cannot move my hand. Therefore I am not independent to move my hand. So Upadrashta Anumanta. We cannot do anything without being sanctioned by the Supreme Lord. There is an English word that is not, even a grass moves without the sanction of the Lord. So that is a fact. So how one is doing nice thing and how one is doing evil things, if he is the order giver, that is our independence. We can take sanction from the Lord. If we want to do something evil, I cannot do it without the sanction of the Supreme. Or even if I do something very nice. That also I cannot do without the sanction. The how the Lord gives such sanction. The sanction is like this, just like a child is crying to get something from the parent, and the parent being disgusted gives him something. All right, take it. Such kind of sanction. When we do something evil, the sanction is from the Lord, but it is not willing sanction against the will of the Lord. And when you do something in cooperation with the Lord, that is called bhakti. We are doing everything in the material world. We are doing everything, all nonsense for sense gratification. There is also sanction of the Lord, but that is unwilling sanction. But when we execute devotional service, loving devotional service, that is very pleasing to the Lord. So the bhakti yoga means acting by pleasing the Lord. That's all. That is the verdict of Srimad Bhagavatam. You are not forbidden to do this thing or that thing. But you have to see only whether by your action the Supreme Lord is satisfied. That's all. That much knowledge you must have. Then your life will be successful. The Srimad Bhagavat says, Atapung vidija sreshta varnasama vibhagasa shanushthitasya karmasya samsiddhi haritosan. Atapung vidija sreshta. This verse was spoken by Suta Goswami, who was speaking before a very learned gathering at Naimisharan. It is the system, a Vedic system, that, not Vedic system, everywhere, all over the world, any civilized society, there is a nice speaker, learned speaker, and many persons hear him. That is the system from very old time. So, Suta Goswami, he was representative of Sukadeva Goswami, the speaker of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he was addressing very learned Brahmins. So, he is addressing Dvija Sreshta. Sreshta means the, I am to say, picked up, the topmost of the Brahmins. They were topmost of the Brahmins still. They require knowledge. Knowledge is so nice that even if you think that you are very learned, you are well versed in everything, still you require knowledge. That should be our motto. Don't think that I have finished. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught this lesson in his life, that he represented himself as a fool. So everyone should think of himself that I am still a fool. Just like it is said that Sir Isaac Newton, he was such a learned man, but he used to say that I have simply collected a few grains of sand from the beach of knowledge. Knowledge is so vast that his knowledge was simply a few grains of the vast amount of sand of knowledge. So everyone should think like that. Chaitanya Charitamrita Kar, the author, he says that I am lowest than the germs in the stool. I have no knowledge. So the more you become advanced in knowledge, you will know that how insignificant you are in comparison to the Supreme. Yeah. So, although they are learned Brahmins or Dija, Dija means not only Brahmins but the Kshatriyas or the Vaishyas. Kshatriya means ruling class, administrator class, politicians, they are called Kshatriyas. And Brahmins means learned scholar in philosophy, in science, in theology. They are Brahmins and Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Vaishyas means traders, mercantile people, and Sudras means worker, laborer. So the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas and the Vaishyas, they are called Dija. Dija means twice born. The Sudras, those who are once born simply by the father and mother, they are called Sudras. They are not counted amongst the higher class. But those who are twice born, that means once born by the father and mother, and the second birth is the spiritual father and Vedic knowledge. Once born by this material bodily father and mother, and the second birth is Vedic knowledge, the mother, and the spiritual master, the father. So that is second birth. So second birth, those who accept this second birth, they are called Dija, twice born. So he is addressing Dija. Atapungvi Dija Srestha, the topmost of the twice born. Topmost of the twice born means Brahmin also, or these three classes. Take it for granted that the Brahmins. But the next line is Atapungvi Dija Srestha Varnasrama Vibhagas. There are 4 kinds of classification. The Brahmin, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas and the Sudras, and this is called Varna and Asrama. Asrama means spiritual situation. The Brahmachari, the Grihastha, the Vanaprastha and the Sannyas, they are spiritually situated. So anyone, either a Brahmachari or a Brahmin or a man, Kshatriya or anyone, he will fall down in either of these 8 divisions of human social order. So, Sutta Goswami says that anyone, that means anyone, must have some occupation. Varnasrama Vibhaga. If you are engineer, then you have got some occupation. If you are medical man, you have got some occupation. If you are a philosopher, you have got some occupation. If you are laborer, worker, you have got some occupation. Even if you are a thief, you have got some occupation. So everyone has got occupation. So just see how nice it is. So Bhagavad says, it doesn't matter what is your occupation, but simply try to see whether by your activities of a particular type of occupation, you have satisfied the Supreme Law. That's all. Then, Atapung Vidija Srestha Varnasama Vibhagasa Sanusthitasya Dharmasya Sangsiddhi Haritosanam. Haritosanam. That your perfection of life will be considered in relation with the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. That you have to learn, how you are satisfying the Supreme Lord. Now at the present moment, immediately we were, of course, taking Arjuna and Krishna. Krishna was present before Arjuna, so he was receiving direct order, you are speaking directly. But if somebody says that how I can know that I am satisfying the Supreme Lord, because the Lord is not directly present before me. This argument is not very strong argument. The Lord is present by His words. Just like in your Bible, there are 10 commandments. So, if you follow, just like the state is present by the law books, if you follow the law, then you are satisfying the state. Just like keep to the right. If you are following the rules, you are keeping your car on the right side, you are stopping when there is red light. That means if you are satisfying the regulation, then you are satisfying the state. Similarly, if you satisfy the regulative principles, then you are satisfying the law. It is very nice, it is very simple thing, but you must try to satisfy. Whether by your work, by your activity, you are satisfied, then your life is perfect. Atapung vidijasreshta varnasrama vibhagasa sanusthitasa. It doesn't matter whatever you are doing, but you have to see whether by your action the Supreme Personality of Godhead is satisfied. Now, to facilitate these activities of the human being, there is spiritual master. Spiritual master is the representative of God. Therefore, Vedic literature says, tad vijnanartham. In order to understand whether God is being satisfied or not, tad vijnanartham sa gurumeva abhigachet. One must approach a spiritual master in order to know, because my life is meant for satisfying God. But understanding that God is not present in my front, I cannot see Him face to face, how can I know that He is satisfied or not? But there are books, scriptures, literatures. Apart from that, the Vedic injunction is that tad vijnanartham. In order to understand whether your action or activities has pleased the Supreme Personality of Godhead, you have to take information from the Guru or the spiritual master. Tat vijnanartham sa gurumeva abhigachet. Abhigachet means must. And the Vishwanath Chakravarti's prayer for the spiritual master, this is also said, Yasya prasada and bhagavat prasad. The last version of his prayer is Yasya, whose prasadat, satisfaction, bhagavat prasad. The Supreme Lord is satisfied. That is the test. If by your action, because when you accept a spiritual master, then you have to work under his guidance. There are so many rules and regulations, but ado gudbhasana, the first thing is to accept a spiritual master. And if you have got a bona fide spiritual master, then it is to be understood that you have approached God, because He is present. And if you act according to His direction, then it is to be understood that you are satisfying the Lord. This is the way, Vedic way. Jasya prasadad bhagavat prasad. Jasya prasadad nagati kutopi. If you cannot find out a bona fide spiritual master, or if you cannot satisfy the bona fide spiritual master, then you must know, you do not know where you are going. Nagati kutopi. Therefore, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Dhyayam stubang stasya Gunarnavasya Bandi Gurasri Charanarvindam. This is the process. So, we should make this our goal of life. How to satisfy the Supreme Personality of God. Govindam Madi Purusam Tamam Bhajam. This is the real purport. We chant this, that we are trying to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda. Jasagraya Brahmati Sang Vritakala Chakra. There are so many verses of this Govindamadi Purusam Brahma Sanghita and Bhagavad Gita also, Srimad Bhagavatam also. So there is immense knowledge of understanding. It is a great science of God. So if anyone is interested about understanding the science of God, then he should take seriously this movement of Krishna consciousness. Now one may question, why should I be interested to understand the science of God? Why not to understand the science of so many material things? Why one should be? No. This is the necessity. That is the Vedanta's injunction. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. This is the opportunity. This human form of life is the opportunity to understand the science of the Absolute. Either you say God or Absolute Truth or the Super Soul, the same thing. But this life is meant for understanding. If we miss this opportunity, we do not know where we are going. The defect of the modern civilization is they don't care. Hedonism, Charvak theory. There was, long before, there was an atheist philosopher, as there are many atheist philosophers nowadays, in former days also. He was known as Charvak. According to his opinion, he says that don't care for next life. Don't care. Vasibhutasya dehasya kuta punaragavano bhavet. He says, because according to Vedic system, the body is burnt after death. As you bury in the underground, there are three processes everywhere. Somebody throws away for being eaten up by birds, or somebody puts within the ground, or somebody burns it. So Charvak Muni says that after burning this body, who is coming and who is responsible? You see, you live merrily as far as possible. Rinam krityakhitam kuvet. If you have no money, then borrow or steal, but live very nicely for sense pleasure. That is Charvak Muni's theory, and mostly at the present moment that theory is being followed. But the question is that Charvak Muni says there is no next life. What is the proof? Does it mean that his word is proof that there is no next life? Then everyone will say something. Of course, that is being accepted. Anyone discovers or says something nonsense, it is accepted. But the process of Vedic understanding is not like that. You have to accept knowledge from the authority. Therefore, the Vedic system has rejected the Charvak Muni. He has no authority. He is authority himself. He says that there is no life. But what is the proof? But there are many proofs that there is next life. So who will accept Charvak Muni's theory? Nobody. No sane man will accept. And suppose if there is life, There are two philosophers. One says that there is no life, and the other says there is life. Now we have to study both. If there is life and if there is no life. But if there is life, the next answer to Charvak theory, if there is life, then if I am working irresponsibly, then I am becoming victim to my next life. So but we have to take from the authority, just like the Bhagavad Gita says, that na jayate na mriyate va kadachit. The soul is never born, never dies. Na hannamate hannamane sarire. Na hannate hannamane sarire. Even after the annihilation of this body, there is no destruction of the soul. And soul is migrating in different species of life. So you have to take Krishna, the authority, Vedavyas, the authority. There are many such authorities. So there is next life. There is no doubt. There practical proof. There is, and Krishna has given many proof. I have spoken in this meeting many times. There is next life. So we should be responsible. This human form of life should not be wasted simply for sense gratification. That sense gratification facility is in even in the cats and dogs. There is that facility. By nature it is already arranged. But the special qualification of this human form of life is to know himself. And to try to understand that why I am in miserable condition, where from I have come, where I have to go, what is God, what is this world. This is called Vedanta. Vedanta means to understand all these things. So Veda means knowledge, and Anta means the last stage of understanding. So last stage of understanding is Srimad Bhagavatam or Vedanta. So our request, our Krishna consciousness movement is that we are requesting everyone that you do not spoil your life in pursuit of sense gratification like animals, but think that this life is very responsible life. You try to understand yourself, what you are, why you are put into this miserable condition of material existence. If there is any remedy, or there is remedy, so we must take advantage of it and make our life successful. Thank you very much. Any question?
If our first concern should be to serve God or Krishna, then why should there be a movement?
Because you do not know.
Well, you do it, you're telling people out of love,
Certainly.
but if
Krishna
you don't
also
know-
tells, Krishna comes himself.
But you might get so caught up in the movement that you're forgetting about you're serving God. Is this please?
Why? I am serving God.
Is
This
it-
movement means I am serving God.
is he
What do you mean by
practice-
serving? Krishna says that you obey me, and if I say that you obey Krishna, is it not service?
Yes.
If your father says, my dear boy, you obey me, and if your oldest brother says, my dear brother, you obey father, is it not service to the father? So we are doing the same business. Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. You give up all other engagements, just surrender unto me, I shall give you protection. And we are saying the same thing, that you surrender to Krishna and you will be happy. So, we are voluntarily giving service to Krishna Therefore it is service. Preaching word is the best service. If you preach rightly, if you preach wrongly, that is disservice. You have to simply say the same thing as Krishna has said. Krishna has said, the sarva dharman parityaja mamekam saranam. You simply surrender unto me. So we have to say the same thing, that you simply surrender unto Krishna. Then it is all right. If I add something by my concoction, then it is not service. If I say, you don't serve Krishna, you serve me, I am God, then it is, I am going to hell. We have to say, you serve Krishna. I have no right to accept any service from you. But I can accept anything on behalf of Krishna. That is the spiritual master position. So, what is your question?
Is the movement might get in the way of serving Krishna?
Yes, it is service of Krishna, because you have understood what Krishna wants, we are preaching the same thing.
Well, was there always a kind of a movement?
Yes, the movement is always there. Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said, Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abbutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam sijamaham. He says, my dear Arjuna, whenever people are misguided and there is too much manifestation of irreligiosity, at that time I appear myself. So this movement, this material world is such that suppose one thing is now set right, but still the time is so cruel, after some time it will be distorted. This is the way of material existence. Therefore, movements required. Whenever there is deterioration of the real truth, there is necessity of movement. But the same movement, not a new movement. The movement means God is there, He is great, we are all subordinate, therefore our duty is to abide by the order of God, then we are happy. The movement is very simple. There is no misunderstanding. The same movement was preached by Lord Krishna. The same movement was preached by Lord Jesus Christ. The same movement we are also preaching. So there is no difference. Simply accepting the authority or the greatness of the Supreme Lord and engage ourselves. That's it. There is nothing new. You don't try to see something new. It is not new. It is the oldest. Because God is oldest, you are oldest, and your relationship is also oldest. Therefore the movement is also oldest. You cannot manufacture anything new. People are after something new. What new you'll have? Everything is old. The sun is old, the world is old, the moon is old, the atmospheric change is also old, the seasonal change. What is new there? Millions of years ago there was sun and still the sun is there. At that time the sun was hot, still it is hot. At that time people are dying, the people are still dying. So what is new? It is simply waste of time for manufacturing something new, a concoction. There is nothing new. The old law is going, history repeats itself. That is well known to everyone. So our movement is not new. It is the same movement that you accept the supreme authority of God, of Krishna. That's all. This is Krishna consciousness movement. But the process adopted is suitable for this time. That is also not new, not manufactured. It is recommended that in this age, just like during winter season, the process is to protect your body from being affected of cold. So that process is not new. Similarly, in this age is called Kali Yuga. So it is recommended Kalau Tad Hari Sankirtana, where God realization is only possible by this chanting, Hare Krishna. Simple process. You come on, sit down, it doesn't matter what you are, whether you are Indian or you are American or Christian or Hindu or man, woman, black, white, it doesn't matter. You simply come, chant Hare Krishna and realize God. Because in this age, very severe method cannot be followed. The people are so fallen that even 4 principles we have ordered, that don't take meat, don't have illicit sex life, don't participate in gambling, and don't, what is the other? Intoxication. It is very difficult. Why they avoid Krishna consciousness? Just like our friend Allen Ginsberg, he says Swamiji is very conservative. I had so many friends, they ask me, Swamiji, why you impose these rules? You see, the people are so unable. Their inability is so strong that these 4 principles only. You want sex life, all right. We say that you get yourself married. But that is already difficult. Intoxication, nobody has learned smoking from the beginning of his life. It is simply by association. So if you associate with us, you will forget smoking, drinking. It was learned by association, you can forget it by association. No child used to eat meat from the very birth. It was milk. So this is all artificial. The so-called conventions of human society. Natural life does not allow all these things. So by good or bad association, you have acquired so many artificial, habits. So simply by association you can forget also. Then you come to the pure life. And God is pure. Just like without being heated, you cannot stand in a place which is very heated. The temperature must be the same. This is known to everyone. So, God is pure. You cannot approach God being impure. So, the whole process of Krishna consciousness is purificatory process. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. Rishik means senses. And Rishikesa means the master of the senses, the lord of the senses, Krishna. So, by engaging your senses in the service of the master of the senses, that is called bhakti. Now, how you can do that? tatparatena nirmalam. You have to simply purify it, then it is easily possible. So Krishna consciousness means to adopt the purificatory process, and then you have got natural engagement in the service of the Lord, your life is perfect. Yes.
You mentioned that it was natural for a child to drink milk and not eat the meat of an animal. And you stress naturalness. Is it natural for a child to grow up and shave his head and to serve God? Or is it just a form of socialization?
No, it is natural, because he is fond of his mother, fond of his father. So he shall be fond of the Supreme Father. That's all. It is natural. No child, you can see, he is not fond of his father and mother. When he is grown up, when he associates with his friends, he tries to forget his father and mother. But in the beginning, the other day I was citing the example, naturally, a natural affection. Father's affection is there, mother's affection is there, child's affection is there. So father, mother never forgets the affection, but child forgets by bad association. Similarly, Krishna does not forget us, but we have forgotten. So this process is to revive our natural position to love Krishna. Now we are unnatural, in unnatural condition, forgetting Krishna. So this Krishna consciousness movement means to bring back everyone to his original consciousness, affection, love between the child and the father. And that is the best service to the society. Suppose a child, nobody is greater than God, and we are all children of God. Therefore, we are children of the richest man. Because who can be richer than God? Who can be powerful than God? And you are sons of God. So, but we have forgotten, just like a boy from his childhood, he has left his home, very rich father, loitering in the street, he has no sufficient food, sufficient clothing. So, somebody sees, oh, this boy, he belongs to that rich man. He is living in such a wretched condition. So, the best service to that boy is to bring back to his father. Not that, my dear boy, I know that you are a very rich man's son, you have now forgotten, you have no proper eating. I am giving you a morsel of bread, you eat it. That is also a service. But the best service is to bring him back to his rich father. Similarly, people are trying to serve the human society by so many morsels of food, that's all. And we are trying to bring back to his father. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is the best service to the humanity. Because his all problem will be solved as soon as he goes back to his father. No more problem. Therefore, everyone should take seriously about this Krishna consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a card last night which said, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Incorporated. A friend of mine asked me why you were
Because you want it.
Sorry?
Because you want it incorporated. Your state wants it. Your state means you.
The state, the Washington state government.
Yes, government wants it. You cannot be revolting against the government. You have to live, keeping pace with the government. We are in Krishna consciousness. That does not mean we shall not use this electricity, we shall not take an apartment, or we shall not sleep. Something unnatural we have to do. Why? Everyone abides by the law. We have to abide by the law. There is no difficulty. And the government provides that religious society or this society that they should get themselves incorporated so that it is recognized. In so many activities, they want to know whether this society is recognized. So we have to take on these measures. We cannot go out of the purview of the general rules and regulations.
The sadhus in India who have long hair and wander in the woods and stuff, I guess. Do they have spiritual teachers? The sadhus in India, the ones who live in the forests and places like that, wander around.
Of course, those who are living in the forest, there is no barber. Naturally, they have got long hairs. But why the sadhus in the city imitate them? There is no meaning. If a man is living in the forest, there is no facility of the barber, so he can keep long hairs. Why in the city?
No, I didn't mean the hair. I meant does the sadhu who lives in the woods, does he have a spiritual master, or
Oh,
how
yes.
does he live in the woods without a spiritual master and learn?
No, in the roots also there are many saintly persons, and people go there and accept spiritual master and live with the spiritual master. But that is not very much convenient in this age. So, in this age, nobody is going to the forest to find out spiritual master, but the spiritual master has to come and canvass from India to New York. This is a different position. Yes.
You say that everybody who has laws should live under them. Does an individual have a right to choose his own laws?
Yes. Just like when you go pass, keep to the right, you have got the right also to go to the left. But as soon as you go to the left, you are criminal. That's all.
But taking one of the commandments in the Christian Bible, thou shalt not kill, and applying that to a federal law or the army conscription instead. There you have two laws. They're not stemming from the same law with different interpretations.
What is that?
The law in the Bible says thou shalt not kill, but the federal law says, the United States says you must go into the army and kill. So which to follow? They differ. They both say opposite things.
Yes. The thing is, it is very simple to understand that just like a soldier is killing and the state is awarding him medal, and the same soldier when comes home, if he kills somebody, he is hanged. Why? He can say, so when I was in the war field, I have killed hundreds of men and I was given gold medal. And now I have killed simply one man, I am going to be hanged. Why? So, it is the cause. If the cause is great, then killing is no sin.
How does one interpret if the cause is great?
By satisfied, that I have already explained. Samsiddhi haritosana. You have to see whether God is satisfied. That cause is great. Perfection of your activity will be just whether by your action God is satisfied.
But you say that the way we hear from God is through words, and if these words are printed by the men that are making the fight, that's by the men that are making the fight. I have no assurance that it's the word of God, unless every movement is God movement. Therefore,
No,
there's
I don't say this movement or that movement. The general principle is that if you think by certain type of fighting God is not satisfied, then you should not fight. But if in some fighting God is satisfied, then you should fight. We do not say anything outright that this is bad or this is good. We say anything that has given satisfaction to God, Krishna, that is good. Anything which has not given satisfaction to Krishna or God, that is bad. Now you have to judge yourself how Krishna is satisfied. That requires training, that requires understanding. But the standard of the same example, that this same state, the same man, when he was fighting in the battlefield, he was being elevated to higher position, rewarded. But same man coming back from the battlefield, he has killed somebody, some of his neighbor, he is hanged. But the same state is there, the man is there, the action is there, the same. But why the judgment is different? Similarly, we have to satisfy the great. And the greatest of the great is God or Krishna. If by your action Krishna, God is satisfied, then it is all right. I don't say that this fight is good, that fight is bad. Fight or no fight. Even without fighting he may be bad. Just like the instruction which he get from Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna was denying to fight and he was considered by Krishna bad because he was not satisfied. This is the evidence. And when Arjuna decided to fight, to satisfy Krishna, it was taken as good. So whole thing should be tasted, judged by the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Samsiddhi haritosana. The perfection of any action in the material world, this thing is good, this thing is bad, that is our mental concoction. Everything is bad. Yeah. Everything is bad. We have simply manufactured by our own imagination that this is good, this is bad. But to keep pace with the human society or peace in the human society, there is necessity of doing or adopting something which is approved by somebody or state. That is different thing, that is material. But actually at the ultimate end, as we have cited the quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam, good or bad means satisfaction or dissatisfaction of the law. If any action is approved or give satisfaction to the Lord, that is good. If any action gives dissatisfaction to the Lord, it is bad. That is the general. Now you have to adopt yourself in the service of the Lord in such a way that you can know that this action is giving satisfaction, this action is not giving satisfaction. Then your life is all right.
Then all our faculties of perception will be purified by adopting this Krishna consciousness.
Yes.
We can understand.
Krishna consciousness means purification of all faculties. Because the faculties work on the basis of consciousness. If your consciousness is pure, just like I am seeing, I am not seeing, my mind is seeing. So if my mind is pure, then my seeing is pure. Similarly, if my consciousness is pure, my mind is pure. It is superficial. I am moving my hand. I am not moving. My mind is moving. So all the senses, 10 senses, and the central sense is mind. And behind mind, there is intelligence. And behind intelligence, there is consciousness. And this consciousness is purified, then whole thing is purified. If this consciousness is polluted, then the whole thing is polluted. So you have to purify the consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness.
So then a man who does not have a purified consciousness has no way of knowing what is good and bad.
No. He's illusion. Maya, that is called Maya. He's accepting something bad as good. Just like one is accepting this body as self. The whole world is moving, accepting this body as the self. Dehatma buddhi. But I am not this body. That's a fact. So it is illusion. Yeah.
You referred earlier to some proofs of afterlife, and I came in late, so I don't know if you mentioned them earlier tonight or not. But I wonder, are these available in writing in English, and people here know of them? That is, where could I look at such a thing? Or
He wishes to see proof of it. He wishes to see proof of afterlife, either in writing, or he wants to know if there is something in
Afterlife proof.
I'm interested in that idea. I'm interested in that idea. What proof is there? And is it available in English so that I could read it and study it, and examine it carefully?
Is it available in writing?
He wants to read it in a book, something that explains the validity of the statement that there's an afterlife.
And there is Bhagavad Gita. You study Bhagavad Gita, you will understand everything.
That's 68 volumes?
No.
How many volumes?
Bhagavad Gita is one volume only, 18 chapters. So it is not very, 700 verses. You can read it in 3 days. It is not very difficult. So we have published Bhagavad Gita as it is, and I think if you read, you will get so many nice information. And after reading Bhagavad Gita, you read Srimad Bhagavatam, then you get further enlightenment. Then you read teachings of Lord Chaitanya, you get further enlightenment. And for general information, we have got this Back to Godhead, you can read. So we have got sufficient literature. It is not that simply we are talking, we are backed by sufficient knowledge and literature. Yes.
Well, it's been suggested that perhaps the battlefield in the Bhagavad Gita is the battlefield of Arjuna's mind, and that Krishna is trying to push him to go into battle against the forces of his senses, as characterized by Duryodhana. What do you think about that?
That means you think that battlefield is an imagination.
Well, that the battlefield is symbolic of Arjuna's mind, and that the forces that Krishna.
Now, who is Krishna?
Pardon me?
Who is Krishna? Suppose Arjuna is talking with Krishna, then who is mind is Krishna? You mean to say?
No. I mean to say that the battlefield is symbolic of.
What is, you see, give the example, this is this symbol, this is this symbol. What is the symbol of battlefield? That you do not know?
Are you saying that it should be taken literally?
No, what is your idea? You are putting question, are you clear in your question? Or you are simply questioning without any clear idea? What is your position?
You mean, what am I asking?
Yes.
I'm asking if the battlefield in the
Why you are asking that?
Why?
Why that question is in your mind? The battlefield is imaginary.
Oh, because that's what I read, and I wonder.
That means you are misled.
Well,
You have not read very nicely.
don't you think that perhaps it could be symbolic?
No,
Men have written.
no, not at all.
Well,
You have to, if you are present symbolic, then you should give, this is the symbol of this is the symbol of this. What is the symbol of battlefield? That means you are misled. Don't study all this nonsense. You will be misled. Therefore we are presenting Bhagavad Gita as it is. The battlefield, Kurukshetra, Kurukshetra. It is Dharmakhetra, Dharmakhetra. Pandava, Pandava. We have explained in that way. Not that we have accepted a battlefield is this or that. No.
but men have written with symbolism and pointed things out through symbolism all through the ages.
No.
They have-
Why? Do you take any historical fact or symbolism?
Pardon me?
If there is historical facts, do you take a symbolism? Suppose somebody is describing the World War #2. Is it symbolism?
Well, I suppose not.
Okay. So similarly, this Bhagavad Gita is described in the history of India, Mahabharata. So how you can take it symbolism? Mahabharata is the history. Maha means great. Great history of India, Mahabharata. It is historical fact. How you can take it symbolism? Just like in the Bhagavad Gita, verse is Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre. The battlefield, that Kurukshetra is still lying in India from very old time. So how you call it symbolism? And it is Dharmakshetra. In the Vedic literature, it is the injunction is Kurukshetre dharmamacharet, and still people go to Kurukshetra for performing religious rituals. Still they go. That Kurukshetra battlefield is there. It is being treated as the place of pilgrimage. How you can say that it is symbolic? This is all nonsense. Historical facts is still being, followed. The Pandavas, that is a historical Still there is one old fort, people say this fort belonged to the Pandavas. The Indraprastha, New Delhi is called Indraprastha. Everything is historical. How you take? Symbolical.
Possibly every action is from a law of Krishna, and law is that which pleases Krishna, and from some act within his mind or within, I'm not sure who he was talking about. There, because it was in the mind, it was projected into history to please Krishna. Though Krishna, symbols.
What is his question?
Says something about Krishna has something in his mind, therefore it becomes factual. He projected it from his mind, and thus it became history.
No, not that he projected it, but people trying to please Krishna, either through misinterpretation.
You have to please Krishna.
Yes.
Not trying, but if you don't please Krishna, then you are in difficulty. That is your position.
Then
It is not Krishna's interest. It is your interest. Just like if you want to live peacefully, you have to please the state. There is no question that by pleasing the state by yourself, the state becomes very enriched. It is for your interest. If you please the state, then you can live very peacefully. Similarly, Krishna is full in himself. He is great. He does not require your some action so that he may be pleased. He is pleased already. But if you please him, then you are happy. That is your interest. Yes.
Don't you think that since there are people of different temperaments, different types of people, that I'm not sure how to say it. Well, don't you think that by denying Raja and Jhana and some of the other yogas, that you're denying the infinite aspect of mankind? Don't you think that by asserting bhakti yoga is the only way, that you're saying that?
Yes, infinite aspect. We are publishing one article, Dr. Frog. The Dr. Frog means, perhaps you know everyone, the frog lives in a well that is only a few feet. And another frog is giving information to his friend in the well. My dear friend, I have seen a vast water, Atlantic Ocean. But this frog has never seen Atlantic Ocean. He is calculating. It may be so much big, it may be so much big, it may be so much big. So, how this infinity can be calculated by the frog? So those who are calculating infiniteness of this teeny soul, they are all Dr. Frogs. You are not infinite, you are finite. How you can be infinite? You can be infinite only when you dovetail yourself with the infinite. Individually you are finite. That is the position, real position. In the Bhagavad Gita, in the 15th chapter, you have read Bhagavad Gita? So did you not read this verse in the 15th chapter? Mamaivangsa jiva bhuta jiva loka sanata. Have you read this? That these living entities, they are my parts and parcels, fragmental parts. So God is infinite. You are infinitesimal part and parcel. So how you can be infinite?
I mean, that the aspects of said yourself that there are people of many different temperaments, many different kinds of people.
But there must be one standard temperament. What is the standard temperament? You may have different views of something, but there must be some standard view. We are not concerned with the different views of different persons. We have to accept the standard view.
And what's that?
That Krishna.
Well, but don't you think that perhaps bhakti yoga isn't the way for everyone?
Yes,
That for some people, other yogas would apply more to their...
yes, that is in the preliminary stage. Just like the same example that you have to go that in New York that Empire State Building, 102 story. So everyone is going to the top, but somebody has passed 10 steps, somebody has passed 12 steps, somebody has passed 20, but there may be thousands of steps. So one who has gone to the top, he has passed all these steps. Similarly, there are different processes of yogas. Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, they are divided into three. All these three yogas are described in the Bhagavad Gita. Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, Dhyana yoga, and Bhakti yoga. But you will find the yoginam api sarvesam. When yoga is described in the 6th chapter, you will find the Lord says, yoginam api sarvesam. Of all the yogic process, yoginam api sarvesam madgata antaratmana, one who has taken me within himself. Saddhavan bhajate jumang, and with faith and love is engaged in my service. He is first class yogi. So the first class yogi had all these Krishna conscious boys and girls. First class yogi. Because they are always thinking of Krishna within. And that is recommended by Krishna. The author of all yogic principles. He is called Yogesara, the master of all yogic principles. So he said that here is a first class yogi who is thinking always within himself me, Krishna. Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antarapana. Sadhyavan, with faith and love. Bhajate, is engaged in my service. Samaya yukta tamo. He is the first class, topmost yogi. So all yogic process must culminate in Krishna consciousness. So anyone who has accepted Krishna consciousness, he is supposed to be the first class yogi. Actually, what is the ultimate end of yoga? The meaning of yoga is contact. Contacting whom? The Supreme. Krishna is the Supreme. So one who has contacted Krishna, he is highest yogi. If somebody says that I am incarnation of God, then why you cannot say that you are incarnation of God? What is the difference?
Well, I think the difference is that Ramakrishna was accepted in India as a
No, not in India. Don't say like that.
he wasn't.
No. Rama was accepted as incarnation. Krishna was accepted as incarnation. In every home, there is Rama and Krishna worship, not this Ramakrishna. Neither any Acharya accepts him. Ramakrishna, he said himself that one who has Krishna, one who has Ram, I am the same. So his disciple accept. Vivekananda accept. But in that way, if somebody dies, he says, one who has Krishna, one who has Ram, I am. His sons accept. That is not the way out. There must be proof. Krishna is accepted by Vyasadeva, by Narada, by Chaitanya, by Ramanuja, by so many great scholars, stalwarts. Therefore Krishna is accepted by all Indians as God, and he has proved himself, his activities. That is Vedic proof, the scholarly proof, authority proof. There are so many things, and people, there are thousands and millions of temples of Krishna worship in India, and how many temples they have got Ramakrishna?
Ramakrishna is pretty recent also.
That Krishna, because he is old, therefore that people have taken. People forget old things. Why they are adhering the old things? At Vrindavan only, one place, there are 5,000 temples of Krishna. Only in Vrindavan. So this is all propaganda. We have to test who is incarnation, who is not, by the authorities.
Who are the authorities?
Vedic literatures. Lord Buddha is accepted as incarnation in the Vedic
What about
literature.
people that have come since the Vedic literature?
Huh?
What about people that have come since the Vedic literatures?
What is that?
He says, what about people who have come since the Vedic literatures? Since the time the Vedic literatures were written. What about them?
Vedic literature is not written. It is before the creation. Vedas, before the creation. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is statement, Tini Brahmarida. Brahma is considered to be the first created living entity. So he learned Vedas from within, from the super soul. Tini Brahmarida. So Vedic literature is not written at a certain time. It is coming. It is called apaurusha. It is not man-made. So you have to study very scrutinizingly, then you will understand. Thank you for your question. Now chant. Incarnation has to be accepted by the evidence of Vedic literature, by his activities, by his features, and by authorities. There are so many things. Not that if somebody says, I am incarnation, and therefore I become incarnation. No, not in that. If somebody comes here and says, I am President Johnson, so any sane man will accept him simply because he says. And if somebody accepts him blindly, then he is a fool. Oh, he must oh, he says, let us test whether there is bona fide, his credentials, how he is President Johnson. So we cannot accept even a man. How can we accept God without credentials? What is the credential of Ramakrishna? That is incarnation of God. These things are that we consider. Not that because Vivekananda accepted, therefore one has to accept. What is the credential? What is the proof? What is the extraordinary work? Lord Rama is accepted God. There are so many extraordinary work. Krishna is accepted as God. He has got so many extraordinary work.
I don't know that much about Ramakrishna.
And, yes.
Yeah. If we can believe the Beatles, you are not the only wise man to come out of the Indian hills to New York. What do you know of the Samadrishi yogi that becomes so world famous? And what can you tell us of his teachings by way of comparison?
He is famous amongst the fools. He is not famous for me.
Is he famous in India?
No. He cheated some fools because they wanted to be cheated. That's all. And he finished his business. After befooling, then he retired, that's all. Because he wanted to be cheated. Some cheap method to become God immediately.
Is it better to inquire directly a question to the spiritual master directly, or is it better to wait for the answer to come in an indirect, a less direct way? Is it better to act?
No, you should find out, a spiritual master. Everyone should find out. That is the injunction of the Vedas. Tad vijnanartham sa guru me. If you are interested to understand the spiritual science, then you must find out. That is your business. All right. It's past 10 and 9. No, yes. No, chat. परमहंस परिव्राजकाय सदस्यमान सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णविंद की जय, नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय, नीच गौ श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, श्री राधा कृष्ण गौ गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिवर्धन की जय, वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप धाम की जय, समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय। All glories to the assembly Lord. All glories to the assembly Lord. All glories to the assembly Lord. Thank you. Come here. I'm asking you, come here.